Hey Cancer, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for December 20th through 26th. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am setting the intention for the 20th through the 26th. However, you may come upon this video at some other time. So you're going to find it whenever you're meant to find it and whenever the messages are meant for you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the Cancer Collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, but take the ones that do and leave the ones that don't. Let's go ahead and see what messages are coming up here for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. Alrighty, my dears. Let's get right on into it. First card coming up here for the Cancer Collective is the Four of Wands. Now, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot readings for love and romance. No harm in that. But for that reason, Four of Wands kind of gets typecast as wedding, as marriage. And don't get me wrong, that is one of the meanings of the cards. Absolutely. Four of Wands, one of the meanings is wedding, is marriage. In fact, sometimes it comes up for me in a reading to give someone confirmation that not only is there a relationship in store for them, but actual marriage. But the cards have many layers and many meanings. So it depends on the energy of the reading, the other cards that are coming up with it, and what we're focusing on or what we're asking about. In the weekly forecasts, I like to focus on you guys. I don't focus so much on love and relationship. Sometimes Spirit wants to talk about love and relationship in the weekly forecast, and when that happens, we do. But generally, typically, we focus on other areas of life. Once a month, I do a love reading, and that is linked in the description. Some of you might be manifesting right now at this time marriage, specifically marriage, right? So maybe some of you are manifesting that engagement ring underneath the Christmas tree, or that proposal on New Year's as the clock strikes midnight. That could definitely be something that some of you can be anticipating or expecting, or you may be coming into 2022 setting that intention that you're calling this into your life. However, Four of Wands basically means stability, security, abundance, long-term happiness, and it can indicate being a part of a circle of friends or being in a community, okay? Four of Wands also has to it an element of like a homecoming, returning home or going home. And so some of you might be preparing a trip to go back home, or to go where you grew up, or to go where family is, if you are away from wherever that might be for you. And this may be a time in which you are having an opportunity to realize and see how far you've come. That you haven't been giving yourself enough credit, or you don't realize how much your life has improved or how much your life has changed. But upon this trip home, it's all coming back to you. You're realizing how much you've accomplished. You're realizing how far you've come. And you may see people and you might be like, whoa, like, I don't even, I can't imagine, or I can't fathom, right, that this place has just kind of stood still in time almost. And I've forgotten so much about it. Some of you might be traveling back home specifically for a funeral. Okay? I don't know why, but something about this card, I feel like I'm looking at a church where there's a funeral service happening inside. And in that process, you might be returning with some instructions or some inheritance, or something in which you're using to establish like a home front for yourself, or to invest into stability in your life, maybe purchasing property. It's not going to be for every single one of you, and Four of Wands is not a funeral card. I really want to emphasize that. But for some reason, I feel like some of you are traveling home for that reason. Okay, it could be and I feel like it would be a much older person. I feel like it would be somebody that, or either someone who was very sick for a long time, or somebody older that, like, you knew it was coming. It's not necessarily a shock or a surprise. But I do feel there might be something here in terms of, like, traveling home, going home, and returning with some kind of an inheritance. Not going to be for every single one of you, but some of you. Okay, the next card coming up here for Cancer is the Three of Wands. And Three of Wands can be a card that comes in with the sense of like entrepreneurship. Okay, maybe some of you are receiving an inheritance and you're putting it into some kind of business or some kind of endeavor. Maybe it has nothing at all to do with an inheritance for other ones of you. But Three of Wands can sometimes indicate that we're launching something. Traditionally, the meaning of, or the symbolism of the Three of Wands is a man standing on the cliff watching ships set sail. And those ships have his goods on them and they're taking them to market. And all he can do is wait and see how things turn out. So Three of Wands gives us the message of, it's already done. It's already out there. We can't take it back. We got to keep going. We got to see it through. And we will be happy with a favorable outcome. It will produce harvest for us. It will give us back a positive return. And it will also give us experience. We'll have a better idea of what worked and what didn't, right? Say he sent out a bunch of shirts to be sold, and he's like, oh, okay, the people seems to really like the orange. I completely sold out of orange. I sold out of, or I got down to a lot of the other colors, not many left, but nobody really bought the blue, so I guess they're not feeling the blue. All right, next batch, I'll make less blue and I'll make a ton of orange, right? I'll make extra orange because that seems to be really popular. Or I'm just giving you an example. Like, it's going to give you an idea of how to tweak things, how to improve things, how to get even better results. Some of you might be putting yourself out there in terms of dating. Some of you might be putting yourself out there in terms of career or things that, ideas that you might have, or you may be putting yourself out there in terms of social media content about projects that you have, ideas that you have, views that you have. I am feeling like some of you might be preparing to launch some kind of a podcast, but it feels to me like it's a call to action. Like you're trying to get a sense of community established out of it. Kind of like, hey, anybody out there? Can you hear me? Let's all get organized. Let's all get together. I'm getting a sense or a feeling of a podcast. Like I'm seeing somebody talking into a microphone and it's just being transmitted out into the ether, and you're just waiting to see, like, is there going to be a response? Who am I going to connect with? You know, what are they going to say? So I do feel like some of you are beginning, and I don't say this lightly, some of you are starting some kind of a movement that you're feeling really led or called or guided to do. Okay, I don't know if this is political reform, religious reform, if it's just you trying to get together a community of like-minded people, but I feel like there's a movement coming out of this. It feels very powerful to me. Again, it's not going to be for every single one of you, but it's interesting that Spirit is showing me this. Overall, though, right, you're in a point in your journey, Cancer, where you've come too far to give up now. You've come too far. You can't just turn around and go back to the past. You're having to continue to move forward, and it's going to be favorable for you. Okay, this is the point of the journey that you're at, right? It's just getting good. it can be scary. The unknown is scary, but it's just starting to get good, and you need to keep going so that you can see how good it's going to get. The next card that's coming up for Cancer is the Three of Swords. And you're like, come on, Amethyst. You're saying all this positive stuff, and now we have the Three of Swords. It doesn't surprise me. And no, it's not because the universe is cruel. It's not because your angels are mean. It's not because, you know, you're cursed or you're blocked or anything like that. Three of Swords, a lot of you have heard me say this before. But a lot of the times, just before a really big blessing comes in, just before a really big reward comes in or a big harvest comes in, our angels and guides have a way of helping us figure out who doesn't deserve to be sitting at our table, who doesn't deserve to take part of the blessing with us. So Spirit will reveal to you the people who have been fake, the people who've been backstabby, the people who are jealous, the people who are selfish or users, right? Spirit will show you where all the snakes in the grass are at just before a big blessing comes in, okay? And it can hurt and it can sting. But my experience with the Three of Swords, anytime I've pulled it for myself, or anytime I've pulled it for any of my long-term clients that I've been reading for years and years and years, and I know their situation really well, and I've been reading for them since the beginning, since I first even touched a deck of cards. I do have clients that go way back before I ever was on YouTube, and I know them and I know their story well. And I've seen over the years reading for them, when the Three of Swords comes up, I've seen the same thing. It can hurt and it can sting really bad, but it doesn't last very long. It's not a period of depression. It's not like this long period of agony or sorrow. It hurts, it stings, and then it's gone. It passes, it's over, it's done. A lot of you have heard me give this example before. It makes me think of when I used to teach preschool, and the little babies would be running around on the playground, and one would fall and get hurt, and they'd be screaming and crying like it was the end of the world. And it was real, right? It was scary when they fell. It hurt. They maybe got a little bit embarrassed. They have lots of reasons to cry. They have different layers that are causing them to cry. But you give them a hug, you give them an ice pack, a little Band-Aid, and like less than 2 minutes, it's like it didn't even happen. They're off laughing, giggling, running around again. They're a T-Rex, a superhero, Paw Patrol, whatever they are. They're going back into like their play like it didn't even happen. And that's what the Three of Swords makes me think of. The pain is real, but we get it out of our system, and then we're back. We're fine. We're on top again. Because this security is coming in, because this stability is coming in, because this growth is coming in, Spirit is going to show you who doesn't deserve to sit at your table. And some of you have to be ready. Some of you have to be prepared. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised. And I'm going to be honest with you, Cancer. Some of you have like flat out said in your prayers or in your communication to your angels, you have specifically said, do not give me any more tower moments. I cannot handle another tower moment. Do not give me another tower moment. I can't deal with it. And Spirit is saying, okay, fine. We're not going to give you a tower moment. But in this instance, right, these people need to be removed from your life. We're going to spare you a big dramatic fight. We're going to spare you, you know, us coming in and yanking them out of your life. But we're going to shine light down onto the situation so brightly that you cannot ignore the truth. There is an undeniable truth being revealed. There is an undeniable truth being shown. Like, in other words, when these truths are revealed, if and when these individuals are confronted, they are cornered. They have no way of justifying. They have no way of covering it up. Like, the truth is so apparent that you're going to have no choice but to accept it. That, wow, okay, I guess you're a snake in the grass. I guess you really are somebody that cannot be trusted. I mean, I'm talking cold, hard proof. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you had something really crazy happen, like somebody accidentally butt dialed you on their cell phone, and you pick up and you're like, hello, or you don't even pick up. Maybe your voicemail picks up and you check your voicemail and you just hear them talking all kinds of trash about you. And Siri or whatever heard your name and called you. And you're like, what? They can't even deny. They can't say, I never said that. You're like, I've got you on voicemail for 5 minutes saying that. I feel like there's like an undisputable evidence that people are not going to be able to talk their way out of it. They're not going to be able to explain their way out of it. And the reason why Spirit is doing this is because your angels and guides love you, and they don't want people to deceive you, and they don't want you to be taken advantage of, and they don't want these people to benefit from the blessings that you're going to be receiving. Because they don't deserve it. Some of these people do not deserve it, and Spirit is going to show you who doesn't deserve it. The next card that's coming up here, Cancer, is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a very positive reading, right? And this is why the truth is being revealed to you. This Ace of Pentacles here is why you're having the truth being revealed to you. The Ace of Pentacles is a very high level of receiving. It's an energetic upgrade. This is a higher offer than anything you're used to. It's higher level. So we're talking upgrade in career, a higher level of income, a higher income bracket, a higher standard or quality of life, higher vibrational people that you're going to be around. And Ace of Pentacles makes me very happy when I see it come up for people, because over the years doing my readings, I've realized a lot of the times Ace of Pentacles comes up when you're breaking out of what some people refer to as generational curses. You're breaking out of generational curses, lower vibrational inherited energies, any learned behaviors, like if you witnessed dysfunctional cycles or patterns as a kid and you subconsciously picked them up, you're breaking out of all of that and you're coming into higher frequency. This is a spiritual evolution, an energetic upgrade that will also manifest an upgrade in the physical world, in your physical world, in your finances, in your physical life, in your way of life, your way of living. This is a big blessing. This is new energy. So this is out with the old and in with the new, quite literally here, is the story your cards are telling us. Okay? Now you might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate more for you than others. Resonate for you more than your sun sign is what I'm saying. Sometimes that happens. Don't forget to check out the 2022 forecasts that I have linked in the description. Love readings for December are linked in the description. January love readings will be up soon. You can schedule a private reading with me at calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can schedule a 12-month reading or any of the standard readings that I offer, all year long. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. I thank you all for watching, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful week. Take care, Cancer.